Welcome to Prime Wheels, where we celebrate the love for classic cars and automotive culture. Join us as we explore timeless classics. Here are 15 classics.
Number 1.
1956 Lincoln Capri Hardtop Coupe, Lowrider. Price, $25,700. Located, California. There's a certain theatrical confidence in this 1956 Lincoln Capri, reshaped into a lowrider long before the current owner found it in 2022. The body has been nosed and decked, smoothed until the original ornamentation fades into memory, then finished in deep black beneath a vivid red roof and hand-laid graphics. Time has added a few touches of its own, chips along the hood and fenders, blemishes in the chrome, small marks on a car that wears its attitude like armor. Rolling on Kelsey Hayes 15-inch wire wheels wrapped in white walls, the Lincoln sits low on an adjustable air ride suspension controlled by a UDS air module. With a flick of a switch, it can rise, settle, or crouch into the asphalt, transforming the car's presence instantly. Power steering and power-assisted drum brakes round out its 1950s luxury roots. Inside, the red and black leather ret rim brings the cabin into harmony with the exterior, a bold, custom look that preserves just enough mid-century Lincoln identity. The front bench is power-adjustable, and modern touches have found their way inside: a Bluetooth-capable Kenwood receiver, DS18 amplifier, and updated audio to match the car's show car personality. A sweep-style 130 miles per hour speedometer stretches across the dash, with an odometer oil gauge added discreetly to the steering column. The odometer shows under 5,000 miles, though true mileage is unknown. Under the hood, the original 368 CI-V8 has been sharpened with a custom intake, twin Edelbrock carburetors, and a polished Champion aluminum radiator. Under the seller's ownership, the carburetors were rebuilt, and vital components, harmonic balancer, distributor, coil, plugs, and battery, were replaced to keep the engine eager and responsive. Power flows through a 3-speed automatic to the rear wheels, breathing through a dual exhaust system. An aluminum fuel cell sits out back, further reinforcing the car's custom identity. This Capri stands as a piece of rolling Americana, a blend of 1950s Lincoln elegance and West Coast lowrider culture, built with character, expression, and a touch of defiance. It isn't simply restored, it's transformed, shaped into a vision that bridges eras and styles with unmistakable presence.
Number 2.
1957 Hudson Hornet Super Sedan. Price, $6,500. Location, Indiana. This one family-owned 1957 Hudson Hornet Super Sedan is a rare surviving example from the final years of the Hudson nameplate under American Motors Corporation. Purchased new by the original owner's father-in-law, the car remained in the family from day one and was parked in 1962, where it remained untouched until its recommissioning in 2010. One of approximately 1,103 Hornet Super Sedans produced for 1957, this example is finished in two-tone blue and powered by a 327 CI-V8 paired with a 4-speed automatic transmission. Offered on dealer consignment with an Oregon title and a collection of period matchbooks, it presents a compelling piece of AMC/Hudson history. Exterior. Styled with influence from Italian design house Pininfarina, the 1957 Hornet Super features a distinctively sculpted body on AMC's unibody Nash platform. This example is finished in two-tone blue, accented by chrome bumpers, fender ornaments, and modest tail fins. Visible imperfections include rust on the front cowl, paint chips throughout the body, and peeling paint on the wheels. Body-colored 14-inch steel wheels wear chrome hubcaps and BF Goodrich Silvertown white wall tires, while braking is handled by 4-wheel drum brakes. Interior. The cabin retains its original mid-century character with front and rear bench seats upholstered in white vinyl and patterned cloth. Interior amenities include an AM radio, rubber floor mats, weather eye ventilation, and a locking glove box. The driver's side front seat shows tearing, consistent with age. A 2-spoke steering wheel with a chrome horn ring fronts a horizontal 120 miles per hour speedometer, which is noted as inoperative. The 5-digit odometer shows 25,000 miles, though true mileage is unknown. Drivetrain. Power comes from the 327ci V8, equipped with an oil bath air cleaner and factory rated at 255 horsepower and 345 lb-ft of torque. The car was started up again in 2010 after long-term storage, and the battery has been replaced for the sale. Chassis and mechanical. Power is delivered to the rear wheels through a 4-speed automatic transmission, and a dual exhaust system has been added. The Hornet rides on AMC's Nash-based chassis architecture, contributing to its smooth ride and solid road feel typical of mid-1950s American full-size sedans. Summary. A rare, one-family-owned 1957 Hudson Hornet super sedan, this example represents an important period in American automotive history, both the twilight of Hudson and the early years of AMC. With its two-tone presentation, original interior, V8 power, and decades-long family stewardship, it offers an appealing opportunity for collectors seeking an authentic, lightly recommissioned survivor ready for further restoration or preservation.
Number 3.
1954 Packard Caribbean convertible. Price, $32,000. Located, Houston. The 1954 Packard Caribbean was born in a time when American luxury still meant long lines, deep chrome, and engines built with pride and calm certainty. Only 400 were made that year, each one touched by the hands at Mitchell Bentley, who carved the Pan-American show car spirit into something real and roadworthy. This one wears its two-tone white and green paint like a memory of cool mornings and quiet summer roads. The soft top folds with the push of a button. The wire wheels shine against the white walls. And out back, the Continental kit stands tall and confident, the way Packard intended. Time has marked the finish with small imperfections, but they only remind you that the car has lived a full life. The chrome glints, the hood scoop sits proud, and the fishtail taillights still flash their little hint of 1950s optimism. Beneath it all, the frame stretches across its 122-inch wheelbase, supported by coils up front and leaf springs at the rear, old engineering that still knows how to glide. Inside, the leather, green and white, has been renewed, but the spirit remains original. The dashboard wears its textured metal with quiet dignity, and the two-spoke wheel sits before a row of simple, honest gauges. There's a radio with a push-button face, a locking glove box, and even a tissue holder tucked beneath the dash, small luxuries from a world where such details mattered. The odometer shows 34,000 miles, with only a few hundred added by its most recent keeper. Under the hood lies the last great straight-eight Packard ever built, 359 cubic inches, 9 main bearings, a Carter 4-barrel feeding it steady fuel, and a factory rating of 212 horsepower. It starts with that unmistakable smoothness no V8 could ever imitate. Power moves through the Ultramatic automatic transmission, rebuilt years ago but still ready for long, slow miles. A Caribbean was never just a convertible, it was Packard's declaration that luxury didn't need flash or noise. It needed presence. This car still has it. The way the hood stretches out ahead of you, the way the rear fenders taper like the stern of an old yacht, the way the engine settles into its soft, even heartbeat. It's a reminder of an America that built machines to last decades, not years, and knew that style meant grace over time. This 1954 Caribbean carries that truth with quiet strength, waiting for the next road, the next open sky, and the next driver who understands what it is.
Number 4.
1956 Lincoln Premier Sedan. Price, $5,400. Located, Michigan, USA. There's a certain romance to a project car like this 1956 Lincoln Premier, a sense that time has paused, waiting for the right hands to bring it forward again. Finished in amethyst with a white roof, the car carries the patina of decades, paint loss, scratches, dents, and old primer from repairs started long before 1987. Rust shows along the right rocker, and the power antenna stands frozen in place, reminders that this Lincoln has been resting for a very long time. Its story goes back to 1968, when the second owner purchased it, and then to 1989, when the seller brought it into storage, where it has remained for more than 3 decades. In the last 6 months, signs of revival have slowly appeared. New necks and tires now sit on the 15-inch steel wheels, and the wheel cylinders, rubber brake lines, master cylinder, and brake booster have all been rebuilt or replaced. The result is a car that runs and rolls again, but one still in need of steady, patient attention before it returns to regular use. Inside, the flamingo, white, and black leather tells the story of 1950s optimism. The front seat bottom is covered by a blanket, hinting at where beneath. Power windows, a push-button AM radio, and factory air conditioning are present, but only some remain functional. The radio, AC, and the right side windows are currently inoperative. Even so, the cabin retains that unmistakable Lincoln presence, broad benches, mid-century shapes, and a feeling of spaciousness that define the era. Behind the wheel sits a two-tone steering wheel facing a wide 130 miles per hour speedometer and simple gauges. The odometer shows 62,000 miles, only 50 of which were added by the seller over decades of storage. Under the amethyst hood, the 368 CIV8, Lincoln's big, smooth power plant, received attention in 2025, including a rebuilt 4-barrel carburetor and a flushed, line fuel tank. It was rated at 275 horsepower when new, a number that once made this sedan a quiet highway cruiser. The exhaust also received repairs this year, but further work will be needed to make the car roadworthy. Power flows through a 3-speed automatic to the rear wheels, the same layout that moved so many Lincoln flagships through Eisenhower-era America. As it sits today, this Premier is a running project, complete, largely original, and rich with mid-century character. It's a piece of 1956 luxury paused in time, waiting for someone to finish the story that began nearly 7 decades ago.
Number 5.
(1956) Hudson Hornet Custom 6 Hollywood Hardtop. Price, $28,500. Location, Ohio. This 1956 Hudson Hornet Custom 6 Hollywood Hardtop is one of just 358 examples produced for the final year of independent Hudson manufacturing. Powered by the legendary 308 CI high-compression L-head inline-6 with twin-H-power dual-carb induction, this Hollywood combines rarity, historical significance, and classic 1950s styling cues. Featuring tritone paint, V-line chrome design, a Continental kit, weather-eye air conditioning, and power steering and brakes, this is one of the best-preserved representations of Hudson's swan-song luxury coupe. Offered with a clean Missouri title. Exterior. Refinished under prior ownership, the car wears its correct tricolor scheme, a white roof over black, 1, and mint green, 77, body panels. Signature Hollywood elements include the wraparound windshield, reverse rake C-pillars, mini-fins with vertical taillight towers, and chrome bumpers with large overriders. Hudson's dramatic V-line styling adds V-shaped elements to the grille and expands the full-length chrome moldings into gold-filled quarter-panel details. It rides on 15-inch steel wheels with chrome covers and Goodyear Super Cushion Deluxe white walls. The seller notes visible chassis corrosion. Interior. The cabin features wide bench seating trimmed in beige vinyl and cloth, framed by silver and white door panels and a black dash pad. Highlights include weather-eye air conditioning, a push-button AM radio, and Hudson's unique drawer-style glove box. The seats fold forward but do not recline, and the seller reports a possible hinge issue. The steering wheel center cap and one dashboard knob are missing. Drivetrain. Under the hood is the iconic 308 CI high-compression inline-6, the largest American straight-six of its time, equipped with twin-H-power dual-Carter carburetors. Factory rated at 175 horsepower and 278 lb-ft of torque, the power plant is paired with an automatic transmission. Hudson's distinctive Selecto-Lift starting system, which engages the starter by lifting the shift lever, remains in place. Chassis and mechanical. The car uses an independent front suspension with coil springs and tube shocks. The rear setup features coil springs, a panhard bar, and radius rods. Both steering and drum brakes are power-assisted, making the Hornet a comfortable cruiser for its size and era. Summary: one of the last and rarest models from Hudson before the brand was folded into American Motors, this 1956 Hudson Hornet Custom 6 Hollywood hardtop represents a distinctive piece of American automotive history. With its twin H-Power engine, factory air, tritone finish, and dramatic V-line styling, it stands as a highly collectible 1950s hardtop. Clean title, 1 year only, and one of just 358 ever built, an opportunity for any mid-century American car enthusiast.
Number 6.
1955 Chevrolet Bel Air convertible. Price, $32,400. Located, Maryland, USA. There is a certain warmth to a '55 Bel Air convertible, a kind of quiet confidence that comes from being one of the most beloved shapes in American motoring. This one, freshly renewed in 2023, carries that charm with the ease of something born under bright neon and chrome. It wears its India ivory and coral paint like a smile, the colors soft but unmistakably joyful, the kind that belong to mid-century summers and long two-lane roads that seem to stretch forever. Refurbishment brought the car back to life piece by piece. Sheet metal repairs were done before the new paint was laid down, and a fresh power-operated white soft top gives it a clean, ready-for-the-parade look. The coral boot, the hood bird ornament, the fender-mounted antenna, all these little details are reminders of when cars didn't just move people, they entertained them. The Craig RS/S wheels bring a touch of 60s flair, spinning under a suspension and brake system that was fully overhauled. It still uses unassisted four-wheel drum brakes, and there's a kind of honesty in that, keeping the mechanical feel of the original while ensuring everything works as it should. Inside, coral and dark gray vinyl wrap the benches, front split and rear solid, as if the interior were echoing the two-tone paint outside. New cashmere carpeting softens the floor, and a retro-style stereo adds a hint of modern practicality without breaking the illusion. The dash, trimmed in aluminum bowtie accents, holds a 110 miles per hour speedometer in simple gauges, the same straightforward layout that drivers knew in 1955. The odometer reads 55k miles, though the full story of the car's travels remains a mystery. Under the hood sits the 265 CI-V8, Chevrolet's first small block, overhauled during the 2023 work. It breathes through a two-barrel carburetor and wears its red-painted block and period script valve covers with pride. Even the generator masks modern upgrades inside, a nod to reliability hidden beneath classic lines. Power flows through a 2-speed Powerglide automatic to a 3.55 rear end, the same smooth, relaxed pairing that helped build Chevrolet's reputation for easygoing drivability. Numbers on the chassis and body tag place its birth in Janesville, Wisconsin, with Fisher bodywork from Lansing, a small but satisfying footprint of its early life. Nearly 70 years later, the car feels neither hurried nor tired. Instead, it stands as something familiar and timeless, a convertible built for slow Sunday mornings, soft summer air, and the simple pleasure of motion. In the end, this Bel Air doesn't shout. It doesn't need to. It carries its history quietly, gracefully, the way good stories often do, letting the paint, the chrome, and the steady heartbeat of a small block V8 tell the rest.
Number 7.
1955 Packard Caribbean convertible. Price, $8,500. Location, Kansas. This 1955 Packard Caribbean convertible is one of just 500 examples produced for the model year, representing the pinnacle of Packard's luxury and design under the guidance of stylist Dick Teague. Finished in white with two-tone green accents over matching upholstery, the car is powered by a 352 CI-V8 with dual carburetors paired with an Ultramatic 2-speed automatic transmission. Delivered originally to Pennsylvania, later relocated to California in the 1980s, and purchased by the seller in 2023, this Caribbean has received recent mechanical and interior refurbishment, including new front seat upholstery, fuel system components, oil seals, and fluid service. Offered with records, literature, a spare speedometer, and a clean California title, it represents a rare opportunity to acquire one of Packard's most iconic post-war convertibles. Exterior. The 1955 Caribbean received Packard's updated styling, featuring a bold head-crate grille, dual forward scoops, cathedral taillights, dual antennas, gold accents, fender skirts, and dual exhaust outlets exiting through the rear bumper. This example is finished in white with two-tone green highlights, topped with a power-operated white convertible roof. Noted exterior imperfections include a cracked windshield, corrosion on the lower body panels, pitted chrome, and an inoperative brake light system due to a failed brake light switch. A 1973 Pennsylvania inspection sticker remains on the windshield. The painted 15-inch steel wheels, finished in black, blue, and green, were chrome hubcaps and older 235/75 Goodyear Arriva whitewall radials from 1990. A blue-painted spare wheel is included. The 1955 Caribbean introduced Packard's advanced torsion-level suspension, using torsion bars and an electric self-leveling rear system. Braking is via power-assisted drums, and the system was bled in April 2024. Interior. Inside, the Caribbean features extravagant 1950s styling with two-tone green upholstery, color-coordinated door panels, anodized dashboard trim, and black carpeting. In 2024, Irwin's custom upholstery reupholstered the front bench, with repairs also made to the rear seat, carpets, and a door panel. Equipment includes power windows, a power-adjustable front bench, heater, rear robe rails, and an AM radio, though the radio, clock, power seat controls, rear power windows, and speedometer are noted as inoperative. A replacement speedometer is included. Instrumentation. The two-tone steering wheel features a chrome horn ring and fronts the Caribbean's wide 120 mph speedometer, inoperative, and auxiliary gauges. An underdash oil pressure gauge has been installed. The 5-digit odometer shows 63,000 miles and is said to have rolled over once, with approximately 120 miles added by the seller. Drivetrain. Power comes from Packard's 352 CI-V8, factory rated at 275 horsepower, equipped with dual Carter carburetors topped by the signature Batwing air cleaner and Packard-branded polished valve covers. Recent service includes replacement oil seals, July 2024, and a September 2024 oil change. Power is delivered to the rear wheels through an Ultramatic 2-speed automatic, which received a fluid service in July 2024. The seller notes the muffler requires replacement, and corrosion is visible on the underbody. Summary. A rare and highly collectible 1955 Packard Caribbean convertible, this example combines iconic mid-century styling with Packard's innovative suspension technology and dual-carb V8 performance. Recently serviced and retaining its correct colors and equipment, it stands as a compelling candidate for continued preservation, mechanical sorting, or full restoration, supported by documentation, period literature, and a clean California title.
Number 8.
(1957) Chevrolet Corvette. Price, $36,500. Located, Indiana. The 1957 Corvette is one of those rare machines that seems to hum even while standing still, a car born in the heat of America's horsepower awakening. This example, restored in the early 2000s and honored with an NCRS Regional Top Flight Award, carries that legend with quiet authority. Finished in arresting red with matching coves, it represents the first year Chevrolet offered true 1 horsepower per cubic inch performance, a milestone that reshaped what an American sports car could be. With a fuel-injected 283 CI-V8, a 4-speed manual, and positive traction, it stands today as one of the purest expressions of the Corvette spirit. The body wears its restoration well, a wraparound windshield, split chrome bumpers, and the dual exhausts exiting through the rear uprights, all details that remind you this was a car built before committees and computers. The hardtop sits tight and proper, giving the car a purposeful stance. On its 15-inch steel wheels with faux knockoff covers and Firestone bias-ply tires, it sits exactly as a 57 should, ready to dance through its leaf spring suspension and drum brakes like it did nearly 7 decades ago. Inside, the cabin glows in red vinyl, bucket seats, twin-cowl dash, carpets, and door panels all trimmed in the same confident hue. There's a Wandabar AM radio that still seeks stations with mid-century charm, a dash-mounted mirror, a heater, and a floor shifter that falls naturally to hand. The 3-spoke wheel frames a 140 miles per hour speedometer, while the center stack houses the touch and a simple, honest array of gauges. 30,000 miles show on the odometer, some 3,000 added by its current keeper. Under that long, gleaming hood lies the heart that made the '57 Corvette a legend, the Rochester Ramjet mechanical fuel-injected 283, stamped correctly with its EL suffix, delivering its full 283 horsepower. It's a powerplant that doesn't just run, it talks. The kind of engine you feel through the wheel, the pedals, the seat. Power moves through a 4-speed manual to a rebuilt positraction rear end, giving the car the balance and bite that once stunned road testers across the country. A machine like this doesn't shout. It doesn't need to. It carries its significance quietly, through the shape of its fenders, the sound of its idle, the way the shifter settles into gear. It's a reminder of an era when American engineering took a daring step forward and never looked back. This '57 Fuelie is more than a collectible, it's the moment the Corvette became the Corvette, preserved in steel, paint, and that unforgettable mechanical heartbeat.
Number 9.
'59 Chevrolet Impala convertible. Price, $39,500. Located, Oregon, USA. There are cars that simply exist, and there are cars that announce themselves long before they roll into view. The 1959 Chevrolet Impala convertible belongs to the latter camp, a machine shaped by the optimism of the jet age, reborn here with the brute force of a modern big block. What began as an icon of late 50s American styling has been transformed into something far more visceral, a convertible that carries both nostalgia and thunder in equal measure. Refinished in Roman red, the car looks every bit the showstopper, its long rear deck stretching into those unmistakable horizontal fins and teardrop taillights. The white convertible top and matching boot keep the look period correct, but nothing about the stance or presence feels restrained. The torque thrust wheels push it just a hint toward the custom side, tastefully, intentionally, while the quad headlights, dual antennas, and wide chrome bumpers keep the original charisma intact. Step inside and the cabin bursts with that familiar late 50s vibrancy, red vinyl, pleated multicolor inserts, and bright metalwork that catches the light like jewelry. It's a place built for warm nights, long highways, and heavy right feet. The 2-spoke wheel, the 120 miles per hour speedometer, the cue ball shifter, they tell you everything you need to know. This isn't a museum piece. It's a driver. And then there's the heart of it all. A GM Performance 502 CI crate engine, installed during a 2024 refurbishment, sits under the hood like a clenched fist. It breathes through long tube headers and exhales through electric cutouts and Flowmaster mufflers, offering either civility or controlled chaos at the touch of a switch. Paired with a Tremec 5-speed, it gives this Impala something its designers could only dream of, the ability to stretch its legs and keep pulling. A limited slip rear differential helps translate all that torque to the pavement, while power steering and front disc brakes make the car far more approachable than its size suggests. There's a certain feeling you get behind the wheel, one part nostalgia, one part power, one part cinematic fantasy. You sit low, look out across that soaring hood, and feel the rumble beneath you. The odometer shows only 696 miles since refurbishment, but the spirit of the car feels timeless. In the end, this '59 Impala is more than a period-correct rebuild or a modern restomod. It's a bridge between eras, a convertible that carries the romance of the past with the urgency of something built to be used, not simply admired. The sort of car that turns a simple drive into a story, and a story into a memory that lasts long after the engine goes quiet.
Number 10.
'56 Ford Thunderbird. Price, $23,700. Located, Missouri. There's a quiet charm to a 1956 Thunderbird, especially one finished in sunset coral, a color that perfectly captures Ford's mid-50s optimism. This example, once part of the Jim Miller collection, carries just under 49,000 miles and the easy confidence of a car that knows exactly what it is: stylish, compact, and unmistakably American. The exterior delivers all the signature touches of the 56 T-Bird: hood scoop, fender vents, rear skirts, and those graceful tail fins. A replacement black soft top contrasts sharply with the coral paint, while a body color Continental kit extends the rear profile in classic Thunderbird fashion. The dealer added wire style wheel covers to the wide white walls, a small update that enhances the car's period-correct glamour. Inside, the black and white upholstery sets a clean, mid-century tone. The bench seat adjusts under power, the windows rise with a button's press, and the cabin is trimmed with an AM radio, a clock, and a floor-mounted shifter. It's a cockpit designed more for cruising than for speed, reflected in the sweeping Astra dial cluster, 150 miles per hour speedometer, 5,000 revolutions per minute tachometer, and auxiliary gauges all arranged beneath the signature curved glass. The hatch will need attention, but the interior remains a faithful throwback to Ford's original vision. Under the hood sits the P-Code 312 CI block V8, topped with a 4-barrel carburetor and rated at 225 horsepower when new. Paired with a Ford-O-Matic 3-speed automatic, it delivers smooth, confident motion rather than urgency. Recent work includes a new heater core, helping keep the car ready for regular enjoyment. This Thunderbird reflects the era that created it, elegant, approachable, and crafted to make the driver feel part of something special. Sunset Coral only amplifies that spirit, a soft glow that turns heads without ever raising its voice.
Number 11.
1941 Cadillac Series 60 Special Fleetwood. Price, $13,750. Location, California. The 1941 Cadillac Series 60 Special Fleetwood stands as one of the most important pre-war luxury cars produced by Cadillac. Designed under the direction of Bill Mitchell, the 60 Special offered sleek, modern styling with Fleetwood coachwork and quickly became a symbol of American prestige. This particular example, finished in its factory color of Berkeley gray, code 62, is a California car that blends originality, elegance, and project potential. Exterior. This first-generation 60 Special presents the hallmark design cues that set it apart from other Cadillacs of its day. The body features Fleetwood's crisp lines, fender skirts, and Cadillac's unmistakable Flying Goddess hood ornament leading the way. A set of painted steel wheels with chrome hubcaps, wrapped in American classic wide whitewall tires, complete the look with period authenticity. The overall exterior styling reflects Cadillac's pre-war transition toward more streamlined luxury sedans, making it a standout in any vintage collection. Interior. Inside, the Series 60 Special retains its classic pre-war layout with bench seating and a 2-spoke steering wheel that speaks to Cadillac's understated elegance. While the cabin shows its age and invites restoration, the design remains intact, offering enthusiasts the opportunity to return it to factory condition. Drivetrain and mechanical. Under the hood, this Cadillac is equipped with its V8 engine paired with a Stromberg carburetor, delivering smooth performance typical of Cadillac engineering. A full-size spare tire rests in the trunk, while various extra parts accompany the vehicle, adding value for future restoration. Known for their reliability and refinement, the Series 60 Special models have long been appreciated by collectors seeking both luxury and mechanical soundness. Historical significance. The 60 Special was first introduced in 1938, designed to be a more modern, stylish alternative within Cadillac's lineup. By 1941, the car had firmly established itself as the benchmark for American luxury sedans, with its Fleetwood coachwork emphasizing both craftsmanship and design innovation. As a pre-war model, this example represents a turning point in Cadillac history, bridging the gap between the grandeur of the 1930s and the streamlined elegance of the post-war years. Summary. This 1941 Cadillac Series 60 Special Fleetwood is both a piece of history and an exciting opportunity for restoration. With its original Berkeley gray finish, elegant Fleetwood bodywork, V8 power, and timeless design, it offers tremendous potential for the right collector or enthusiast. At $13,750, it represents an accessible entry point into pre-war Cadillac ownership and would make a rewarding addition to any vintage garage.
Number 12.
1948 Kaiser Special Sedan. Price, $29,500. Location, Atlanta. This 1948 Kaiser Special sedan, finished in onyx black, represents one of the earliest post-war designs from Kaiser Frazer, a company that reshaped America's automotive landscape in the late 1940s. With only 34,835 miles showing on the odometer, this Kaiser presents as a well-preserved example of an uncommon classic. Exterior. The car wears an older onyx black repaint, paint code 101, which shows some imperfections upon close inspection but still presents well as a driver-quality finish. Its post-war styling is enhanced by wide white-wall tires with factory wool covers, clean trim, and push-button exterior door releases. A small crack is noted in the passenger side glass, but the majority of the brightwork and trim remain intact, adding to the sedan's authentic character. Interior. The cabin is finished in gray cloth with a matching bench seat, reupholstered along with refreshed carpeting at some point in its history. The headliner remains original, as does much of the dashboard, retaining its vintage character. A standout feature is the left-side dash-mounted push-button starter, a hallmark of late 1940s Kaiser engineering. The fuel gauge and amp meter are reported to be functional. Drivetrain. Under the hood sits the 226 CIL head inline-six engine, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission. This setup provides the smooth, steady performance that Kaiser sedans were known for in their day. The car continues to run on its original 6-volt electrical system, maintaining period-correct authenticity. With its stock exhaust note, it delivers the unmistakable sound of post-war motoring. Condition. While not a concours-level restoration, this Kaiser has benefited from selective updates to keep it presentable and drivable. The repaint, reupholstery, and carpet have preserved its usability, while original elements like the dash, headliner, and key mechanical systems remain in place. It represents a rare opportunity to experience a survivor-class Kaiser sedan from a short-lived but innovative automaker. Summary. The 1948 Kaiser Special sedan stands as a piece of automotive history from an era when independent carmakers were competing with the Big Three. With its low mileage, correct inline-six drivetrain, period styling, and largely original interior, this car is both collectible and usable. Whether for local shows, vintage tours, or as a conversation piece in a collection, this Kaiser delivers post-war style at an approachable level.
Number 13.
1952 Ford Crestline Victoria. Price, $11,500. Location, Stokesdale, North Carolina. Offered here is a 1952 Ford Crestline Victoria, the first year for Ford's stylish hardtop coupe body style. With just 44,000 miles showing on the odometer and powered by its original flathead V8, this Victoria combines early 50s flair with timeless American classic appeal. Exterior. The body presents in a matte burgundy, sun-baked style finish, giving it a unique patina with an authentic period presence. The hardtop coupe design was a bold move for Ford in 1952, and this example retains its clean lines and chrome accents. The frame, floors, and trunk remain solid, making it a very honest driver quality car. Interior. Inside, the car was refreshed in the late 1990s and still shows well today. The burgundy upholstery complements the exterior and captures the feel of the early Crestline. An updated Bluetooth radio is integrated for convenience, while the original dash and trim preserve its vintage charm. All lights, gauges, and wipers are functional, with only the speedometer recently in need of attention. Drivetrain and performance. Under the hood, the original flathead V8 has been converted to a 12-volt system for reliability. Cooling is enhanced with a larger radiator and auxiliary fan, making it a dependable cruiser. The engine is paired with Ford's 2-speed Fordomatic automatic transmission, shifting smoothly and delivering a relaxed driving experience. Brakes are strong, and the car starts and runs well. Notable features. First-year 2-door hardtop coupe body style. Original flathead V8 with 12-volt conversion. Clean, solid underbody with good frame, floors, and trunk. Matte burgundy patina finish for a vintage driver look. Comfortable interior with Bluetooth radio upgrade. Summary. This 1952 Ford Crestline Victoria is a rare first-year hardtop that blends classic 50s style with practical upgrades for reliability. It's a solid, good-running driver offered at an affordable entry point into classic Ford ownership. At $11,500, it represents a great opportunity for someone who wants to enjoy vintage motoring without breaking the bank.
Number 14.
1957 Chevrolet Bel Air. Price, $8,200, current bid. Location, WV, Charleston. The 1957 Chevrolet Bel Air remains one of the most iconic American automobiles of the post-war era, representing the height of 1950s styling, culture, and performance. Instantly recognizable for its dramatic fins, chrome trim, and timeless proportions, the Bel Air has become a symbol of classic car collecting worldwide. This particular vehicle is presented in black, an elegant color that enhances its already commanding presence. The odometer shows 52,578 miles, though it is marked as exceeds mechanical limits, a common designation for vehicles of this vintage. Under the hood, the Bel Air retains its engine paired with an automatic transmission, making it an excellent candidate for either preservation or restoration. The title is noted as a West Virginia salvage certificate, flood damaged, with primary damage listed as water/flood. While this does present restoration challenges, it also provides an opportunity for an enthusiast with the right skills to revive a true American classic at a fraction of its market value. According to the listing, this Bel Air is part of the Enhanced Vehicles program and includes keys. The estimated retail value is $40,000, reflecting the enduring desirability and collectability of the model when fully restored. The current bid is $8,200, and the sale is marked as pure sale, meaning the vehicle will sell to the highest bidder without reserve. For collectors, restorers, or investors, this represents a unique chance to acquire one of the most celebrated classics of the 1950s and restore it to its full glory.
Number 15.
1951 Buick Super Riviera. Price, $29,900. Location, South Jersey. Mileage, 656 miles. Blending timeless post-war Buick design with modern performance and convenience, this 1951 Buick Super Riviera Restomod delivers classic style with everyday usability. Originally built as Buick's upscale two-door hardtop, this Riviera has been tastefully updated with a later V8 drivetrain, 12-volt electrical conversion, and comfort features, making it a standout cruiser with the reliability of a modern classic. Exterior. Finished in jet black, the Riviera makes a bold impression, highlighting Buick's sweeping lines and chrome details. The paint presents well as part of an older build, showing minor signs of road use but retaining strong overall presentation. The stance is enhanced by updated suspension and chassis modifications, ensuring both style and drivability. Interior. Inside, the cabin has been upgraded with custom tan upholstery, a tilt steering wheel, and a billet steering wheel centerpiece for added flair. Comfort features include air conditioning with a 134A conversion, heat, and power windows, while an Alpine FM radio with door speakers provides modern sound for long cruises. The build retains its vintage Buick charm while offering the convenience of modern motoring. Drivetrain and performance. Engine, late 1970s Oldsmobile 350 V8. Transmission, 700 R4 4-speed automatic with overdrive. Rear end, 8.8 Posey with ladder bar/track bar setup. Electrical, 12-volt conversion, new trunk-mounted battery. Steering and brakes, power steering, front power disc brakes. This Riviera runs strong with a dependable small block V8 and highway-friendly overdrive transmission, making it comfortable for both local shows and long-distance cruising. Features and upgrades. Restomod build completed circa 1990s. Air conditioning, R134A conversion, in heat. Power windows. Tilt steering column. Custom upholstery. Alpine FM radio with door speakers. Trunk-mounted battery. Reliable modern mechanicals paired with classic Buick style. Summary. This 1951 Buick Super Riviera Restomod strikes an ideal balance between vintage design and updated performance. With its classic Buick curves, dependable 350 V8 drivetrain, and modern comforts like AC, power windows, and power disc brakes, it's equally at home on the show field or the open highway. An older build that still presents well, this Riviera offers a unique opportunity for enthusiasts seeking a usable 1950s icon with modern drivability.
Number 16.
1954 Ford Crestline Sunliner Convertible. Price, $19,900. Location, Hinckley, Illinois. Mileage, 90,124. Offered here is a 1954 Ford Crestline Sunliner convertible, finished in glacier blue with a matching blue and white interior. Powered by its original matching numbers 239 V8 and automatic transmission, this Sunliner represents the final year of Ford's flathead V8 era, combining mid-century style with rarity and collectability. Exterior. Recently treated to a $15,000 repaint in glacier blue, the Sunliner presents beautifully with a smooth, mirror-like finish that accentuates its flowing 1950s lines. Chrome brightwork and trim highlight the bold crestline design, while custom wheels add a touch of individuality. The automatic convertible top makes open-air cruising easy at the push of a button. Interior. Inside, the Sunliner retains its blue and white leather interior, creating a striking contrast against the exterior paint. The cabin features rare factory options including power windows and power steering, both uncommon in 1954 and highly desirable today. The dash and trim showcase Ford's mid-century craftsmanship, blending functionality with flair. Drivetrain and performance. Under the hood is the original 239 cubic inch V8, a matching numbers motor paired with a smooth automatic transmission. Known for its reliability and low-end torque, this engine provides an effortless, enjoyable drive, especially when paired with the rare factory power steering option. Summary. This 1954 Ford Crestline Sunliner convertible is a well-kept example of Ford's top-of-the-line offering from the early 50s. With its original V8, fresh glacier blue repaint, and rare power options, it is both a show-worthy classic and a rewarding cruiser. Priced at $19,900, it represents an excellent opportunity to own a stylish and desirable piece of Ford history.
Number 17.
1958 Oldsmobile Dynamic 88 Convertible. Price, $27,500. Location, Arizona. The 1958 Oldsmobile Dynamic 88 represents a bold chapter in post-war American automotive design, blending jet-age styling with Oldsmobile's reputation for power and innovation. This example, presented in onyx black with an ivory and charcoal interior, is well-equipped and retains its period-correct features, making it a standout for collectors seeking both elegance and authenticity. Exterior. Finished in its factory onyx black, this Dynamic 88 displays sweeping lines, dramatic chrome accents, and fender skirts that emphasize its wide, low-slung profile. Wide white-wall bias-ply tires with full-wheel covers add to the vintage look, while tinted glass and a power-operated convertible top complete the car's stylish presentation. Details such as dual horns, vacuum wipers, windshield washers, a trunk lamp, and hood insulation highlight Oldsmobile's attention to refinement. Interior. Inside, the cabin is trimmed in ivory and charcoal, providing a striking contrast against the black exterior. Period details such as the transportable radio, day/night rearview mirror, and factory-correct upholstery enhance its authenticity. Designed for comfort and practicality, the interior balances luxury with Oldsmobile's driver-focused layout. Drivetrain and performance. Under the hood lies Oldsmobile's 371 cubic inch V8 rated at 312 horsepower, equipped with a Rochester tri-power carburetor setup and points ignition. A Harrison radiator and dual exhaust system support reliable performance, while power steering and power drum brakes ensure confident handling. This engine, with its 10.1:1 compression, gave the Dynamic 88 the performance edge that made Oldsmobile a favorite among late 1950s buyers. Features and equipment. This car comes equipped with fender skirts, underhood lamp, correct spare and jack assembly, dual exhaust, vacuum wipers, and wide white-wall tires. Its power-operated convertible top makes open-air driving effortless, while small details such as the trunk lamp and hood insulation showcase Oldsmobile's premium engineering. Summary. Combining striking jet-age design, tri-power performance, and a well-preserved presentation, this 1958 Oldsmobile Dynamic 88 convertible embodies the glamour and innovation of the late 1950s. With its desirable color combination, strong mechanicals, and period features, it's a superb candidate for shows, top-down weekend cruising, or addition to a discerning collection.
Number 18.
1959 Chevrolet Nomad station wagon. Price, $39,500. Location, Elbin, Illinois. Offered here is a remarkable 1959 Chevrolet Nomad, a four-door station wagon that has spent its entire life in Phoenix, Arizona, an important factor in preserving its exceptional body condition. This Nomad is presented with a carefully executed restoration and performance upgrades while retaining much of its original character. Finished in an elegant two-tone robin's egg blue and shoreline beige, it embodies late 1950s Chevrolet style and one of the most desirable body styles of the era. Exterior. After 2 years in the body shop, the wagon received a professional respray in its correct two-tone colors. The result is a crisp, factory-accurate presentation that shows beautifully in person. This Nomad's body is free of rust, including the spare tire well, and has never been hit, an increasingly rare find. Subtle modifications include a tasteful 2-inch suspension drop paired with new steel wheels and modern radial tires, giving it a confident yet period-appropriate stance. Chrome trim and brightwork remain in excellent condition, completing the wagon's authentic look. Interior. Inside, the Nomad retains much of its originality. The original interior has been carefully preserved and now benefits from ultra-leather seat coverings, blending durability with period-correct style. Impressively, the original headliner remains intact and flawless, a testament to the car's preservation in the dry Arizona climate. The spacious cabin retains its authentic mid-century Chevrolet feel while offering comfortable seating for family cruises or long-distance trips. Drivetrain and performance. Under the hood lies a factory 348 cubic inch tri-power V8, completely rebuilt with 10.5 forged pistons, a mild comp cam's hydraulic cam, and triple carburetors. The engine produces a dyno-tested 345 horsepower, with ignition and carburation professionally tuned on the dyno for reliability and smooth performance. Power is delivered through a turbo 400 automatic transmission paired to the original Posey traction rear end and supported by a new drive shaft. Mechanical enhancements include rebuilt original brakes, QA1 gas shocks, and heavy-duty sway bars front and rear, giving the Nomad a planted, modernized ride while retaining its classic appeal. Original power steering adds to drivability, making this wagon easy to enjoy around town or on the highway. Condition and collectability. This 1959 Chevrolet Nomad is a standout example, combining originality, structural integrity, and thoughtful upgrades. With its rust-free Arizona history, professional repaint, and dyno-tested drivetrain, it is both a collectible wagon and a capable driver. Few examples can match its condition, especially with such a well-preserved body and factory originality.
Number 19.
1947 Ford Coupe convertible. Price, $28,200. Location, Miami. This 1947 Ford Coupe convertible is a striking custom build that blends the fat-fendered charm of a post-war Ford with the performance and refinement of a modern street rod. Finished in deep, glossy black and driven fewer than 500 miles since completion, it showcases an impressive list of body modifications, a reliable Chevrolet LT1350 V8 with a 700R4 automatic, and a professionally engineered chassis by Roadster Shop. It's the kind of high-end rod that commands attention at every show while offering comfortable cruising on the open road. Exterior. The bodywork of this convertible has been thoroughly reimagined. The roofline has been chopped 3.5 inches, the windshield V-butted and flushed, and the front vent windows removed in favor of a seamless one-piece design. Door frames were modified for a smoother look, and the exterior handles and key locks were shaved in favor of keyless remote entry with bear claw latches. Both the Harley-Davidson, sourced French headlights and 49 Lincoln French taillights add to its clean, custom aesthetic. Additional touches include a custom radiator cover, smooth firewall, flush-mounted fenders, filled gas door relocated inside the trunk, and custom convertible top by Kenny Jones. The high-gloss black paint accentuates every curve of the Ford's iconic fat-fendered profile, while Boyd Coddington wheels complete the aggressive yet refined look. Interior. Inside, the cabin carries the same balance of custom craftsmanship and comfort. Supple black vinyl bucket seats and matching door panels are paired with plush black carpeting for a luxurious yet purposeful feel. The dash retains elements of the Ford's original design, now fitted with modern gauges set in bright chrome panels, offering both style and functionality. The interior was designed with cruising in mind, refined, comfortable, and visually cohesive with the car's sleek exterior. Drivetrain and performance. Under the hood sits a Chevrolet LT1 350 cubic inch V8, dressed in billet and chrome with a custom cover and supported by an aluminum radiator to keep temperatures in check. Power is delivered through a 700 or 4-speed automatic transmission to a 9-inch Posey rear end, providing both reliability and highway comfort. The chassis, crafted by Roadster Shop, incorporates an independent front suspension, rack and pinion steering, power disc brakes, and a heavy-duty sway bar for precise handling. Out back, the tall gearing makes for relaxed cruising, while the exhaust note reminds you that this Ford is built to be driven. Summary. Driven only 431 miles since completion, this 1947 Ford convertible custom offers the best of both worlds, timeless post-war Ford styling enhanced by expert bodywork, paired with modern V8 power and a show-quality chassis. From its French lighting to its chopped roofline, every detail reflects thoughtful craftsmanship. Whether destined for a private collection, show circuit, or weekend drives, this Ford represents the pinnacle of custom street rod building, an investment in style, engineering, and presence.
Number 20.
1949 Willys Overland Jeepster. Price, $19,900. Location, Alabama. The 1949 Willys Overland Jeepster represents a unique chapter in post-war American automotive history. Produced from 1948 to 1950, the Jeepster was Willys' attempt to bridge the rugged Jeep image with a more refined, family-friendly convertible. With its distinctive styling, open-air driving experience, and lightweight construction, it quickly became a favorite among enthusiasts seeking both practicality and charm. This particular example is powered by a rebuilt 2.2L, 134 cubic inch, inline 4-cylinder engine equipped with hardened valves for reliability. Power is delivered through a 3-speed manual transmission with column shifter, staying true to the original driving experience. The drivetrain maintains its stock character while benefiting from modern refurbishments, including a new wiring harness and updated wide white wall tires that preserve the Jeepster's classic look. Finished in burgundy paint, the Jeepster exudes vintage appeal with chrome accents that show a touch of patina, reminders of its authentic 1940s heritage. The black interior features a vinyl bench seat replacement, maintaining period style while offering refreshed usability. A manual convertible soft top with side curtains provides weather protection, and despite minor wear, it operates smoothly and fits well. The dashboard retains its original layout, complete with functional gauge cluster, oil pressure, temperature, fuel, amps, and speedometer, along with period details like a working heater, manual choke controls, clock, and aftermarket blinkers. Additional features include front seat belts, operational windshield wipers, and a complete exhaust system with authentic tone. Mechanically, the Jeepster remains in good running condition with only minor age-appropriate quirks such as slight steering play and minor drivetrain seepage. These are typical of vehicles of this vintage and do not detract from its drivability. The 1949 Willys Overland Jeepster stands as a nostalgic open-top cruiser that combines historical significance with approachable enjoyment. With a rebuilt engine, tasteful preservation, and thoughtful updates, this Jeepster is ideal for summer drives, local shows, or as a standout piece in any vintage collection. (1962) Studebaker Champ pickup. Price, $15,995. Location, Fort Wayne, Indiana. If you're looking for a classic American pickup that dares to be different, this 1962 Studebaker Champ delivers vintage charm with a distinct personality rarely seen on the road today. Finished in a clean driver-quality blue exterior with a matching blue interior, this rust-free truck combines originality with practical enhancements, making it a solid weekend cruiser or show-ready conversation piece. Under the hood sits a Studebaker-built 289 cubic inch V8 engine, delivering smooth power and unmistakable rumble. Paired to a 3-speed manual transmission with classic 3-on-the-tree column shift, the drivetrain provides an engaging and authentic driving experience. The engine runs strong and reliably, with all lights and systems functioning as they should. The exterior features solid, straight sheet metal with no rust or major blemishes. A carpeted bed and tonneau cover offer utility and style, while the minimalistic chrome and trim preserve the truck's working-class roots. Steel wheels and period-correct details round out the classic pickup profile, standing proudly among more common offerings from Ford or Chevy. Inside, the cabin is a clean and honest space, finished in matching blue tones. The bench seat provides seating for 2 or 3, and all gauges, switches, and lights are reported to be in good working condition. The simplicity of the layout, combined with the quirky charm of the column shifter, takes you straight back to the early 1960s. Mechanically, the truck has been well cared for and is ready to drive. The clutch engages smoothly, brakes perform as expected, and the V8 engine offers confident torque without fuss. There's no known history of accidents, no visible signs of rot, and the truck comes with a clean title. Studebaker Champs are a rare sight, even at classic truck shows, and this example stands out as a solid, rust-free survivor that hasn't been chopped up or over-restored. It offers a fantastic balance of originality and usability at an affordable price, perfect for the collector looking for something unique, or for the enthusiast who wants to hit the road without worrying about trailer transport. Whether you're cruising small-town streets or showing off at Cars and Coffee, this 1962 Studebaker Champ delivers old-school cool with true Americana charm.